Today, the thing we want to touch on is lines of illusion. So what do I mean by that? When it comes to physiology and psychology, there really is no difference between the two. They exist on a continuum, and what influences one will always influence the other. So when it comes to your physiology, sunlight exposure, healthy food, movement, sleep, dialing in all your day-to-day basic patterns, what this does for the system is it creates less internal chaos. When there's less internal chaos, the body, which is in constant communication with the brain, sends signals of, hey, I'm good, I'm safe, life is rolling well. And that's a signal to the brain to feel at ease, to feel okay. Even if there's things going on in your world that might be difficult to deal with, at least your physiology is in a place where you have capacity to deal with them. Now, on the psychological end of things, or back to the physiology actually. So what does that actually mean, and what does that do? If I have a lot of internal chaos within my digestion, within any physiological process in the body, that's going to alter my psychology. So even though it started in the body, it can put me into a fear-based mindset where like I'm searching for a threat, even though there is no threat externally. Because of the chaos within my body, it begins to influence my psychology. So I can feel like really anxious or uneasy or not calm. Nothing to do with something psychological that's happened, but all to do with my physiology being chaotic. So dialing in our daily patterns from a physiological perspective not only gives us good, clear physiology, it gives us a good, clear psychology. Now on the other end, let's say we're dealing with something, or let's say we're not dealing with something emotionally. We're not integrating a practice into our daily life that recenters us and calms our nervous system. Well, what can that do? Let's use the example of an emotional undercurrent. So there's something that you know you need to deal with, but you're not. Even though that starts in the mind, your body is interpreting all those signals that's coming from up here, and that can do so many things. That can slow your digestion. That can alter hormone balance within your body and precursors to hormones. We'll use the example of like DHEA and cortisol. If I'm psychologically stressed about something, I'm gonna push all towards the cortisol stress pathway, not the DHEA recovery, replenish pathway. So something that started in my mind can influence everything going on with my physiology and vice versa. And the more that we draw lines of illusion and treat the mind as one thing and psychology as one thing and physiology in a box as another thing, all that does is create a system that can never find coherence and balance. So just remember that everything that you think, every emotion that you don't deal with, any day you don't recenter and bring your nervous system down, not only is your mind being affected, but the signals being sent from your mind to your body are affecting your physiology, and vice versa. If your daily patterns and your habitual things are out of alignment, it's going to big time not only influence our physiology, but our psychology. So day to day, just try your best to think about, am I doing all the things I need to do to treat my mind and body as one unified system and bring myself to a place of coherence where both systems are operating and sending signals of, I'm good, I'm safe, there is no chaos, and I can be clear.